Hey everybody, I just had to outrun the CCP. I had to outrun the Chinese police. I don't know what happened, and I don't know what I done, but they're after me. So I'm gonna hide in the bushes here for a few minutes, see if they go by, and then we'll see where they go after that, and then I can maybe get out of here. Yeah, I think they passed. I found this trail. I got back on and I came back up here to the main trail, and let me see if they're gone. Oh, that's not anybody. Nope, nobody this way, so I think I'm safe. Got to get home as soon as possible. How safe is an American in China? How safe do you think you would be if you traveled to China just for a short time, or if you were planning on living here long term? I'm going to give you my opinion and real life experience on how safe I feel here in China. Here we go. Yeah, this morning I seen on the news that China arrested American citizen for saying espionage or something like that, and they were claiming, yeah, it's a month after Xi Jinping and Trump got together and now this happens. Well, there's one thing, I don't know if a lot of you watch the news or if you just hear and then talk about it, but it's tit for tat, guys. It's America arrests Chinese because they think of national security, and then China arrests Americans because of national security or accusing them of espionage. Either way, it's a tit for tat thing, and today I'm going to give you my experiences since I've been here, and let's start back in 2012. 2012 was the very first time I came to China. I found a company, and they had a tour package put together. You can go all kinds of cities or whatever, and some of you out there know me, that I'm not the kind of guy that's going to go out and do the normal stuff that everybody else does, not on the first time out. That's why I decided I wasn't going to go to Cancun or the Caribbean and stuff like that, because it's boring to me. It's all it is just a party. That's all it is. So I decided to go to China, got the package, and ended up in Chongqing. If in case any of you don't know anything about Chongqing, that was the big main city area where the Democratic Party hung out in about World War II time. And there was a lot of history. The place burned down, and there was a couple of museums up there that have a lot of history about the American and the Chinese relationship back then. So I come back the same year. Me and a buddy of mine, his handle is Mix. I know you're out there. He's one of my Canadian friends. I met him on that tour. There's people from all over the world on that tour. And we decided, you know what, hey, let's wing it and go to China by ourselves with no tour guides or nothing like that. So we set up a trip to Shanghai, and I got over there first, over there in Pudong at the international airport, and he came in second. We both headed into Shanghai, and we hung out down on the Bund. We hung out in the most tourist areas of the city. Then we decided, hey, you know what, we're going to go to Chongqing. We went back up to Chongqing by ourselves, hung out there for a couple of nights, and then I went home. Then 2013 come around, then I got hooked up with my wife. And ever since then, 2014, 15, 16, 17, 18, and 19, all those years coming here to China, we went to Xi'an, and we seen all the things there is to see up there, terracotta and a wild goose pagoda. And we also went to, in Beijing, we went to the Tiananmen Square. Tiananmen Square, besides the airports, Tiananmen Square was the very first place and the very first time that I ever got asked for my passport. First time I ever got confronted by a police officer or security or anything like that. Go down to Snack Street. We went to the famous Peking Duck restaurant. We stayed at the Crowne Plaza, walked around, drove around, went to the wall. You know, I've been to Shanghai, I've been to Beijing, I've been to Xi'an, I've been to Shenzhen, I've been to Chongqing. And then since we were, you know, after 2020, the COVID hit, so there was so many restrictions and quarantines going on. I didn't want to waste all my vacation time because I was still working. I would have had to use my vacation time in quarantine. So we decided, you know what, just wait until you retire. So we come over here, you know, and when you come over here, you got to check in with the local police. If you want to do it the right way, you check in with the local police. At least they know where you're at. And then of course you have to do that in order to get a residency permit, whether it's long-term or temporary. That's part of the process and the document you have to show. It needs to be approved by the police. So, you know, I can walk down any street so far. I've walked down all the streets I've ever walked down, all the places I've ever gone to. And I never have anything or anybody come at me in a threatening way. Now, you know, there's a lot of people that say, hey, you know what, China's safer than America. Well, you know, it statistically it is. Whatever, you know, is reported, and I'm sure both sides don't report 100%. So, 56 years of my life I lived in America. Still here. Never got shot, never got stabbed, never was killed. 3 years I lived in Germany. Never got shot, never got stabbed, never was killed. Never had anybody here so far. I'm still alive. September will be 2 years. And so if you take away all the statistics, newspaper, media, all that shit, and throw it in the dumpster, I feel as safe here as I do anywhere else. Now maybe after this video somebody will come after me. I don't know. But nah, I feel just as safe in Michigan as I do here in Shaoxing. You know, if you're gonna hang out, you can find bad places to be, and I'm sure if there was a place that I kind of wandered into by mistake, and it wasn't the right place for me to be, and they're, you know, racist or they're judgmental or something like that against a foreigner, not knowing where I'm from, I'm sure there's probably something going to happen. But for the most part, if you're traveling here and you're just a tourist and you're not some kind of scientist or government official or somebody that the Chinese are going to watch as soon as you walk through that port of entry, you ain't got nothing to worry about coming here. You know, China knows everything about me. They knew it all about me before I even came the first time, probably. Everything's on the web. Then you got dipshits like that want to ride so close to you. But that's another story. So in my honest opinion, it's safe. I mean, everybody's up all the time. there's not really an area too much that you go through where there's not somebody up to see anything. And there's cameras all over. And you might think that there's more cameras in America than or in China than there is in America, but I'll tell you one thing, it's growing in America. All them brand new cars that you buy with all the gadgets on it are recording everything you do, and it's all going into databases. It gets sold, stored, whatever. So that's my take on living here. Just wanted to give everybody some honest information on the way I feel about living here as an American, a retired American. And I'll see you guys on the next video. Love y'all. See ya.